In the Great Basin, the #1 top natural resource priority that we have is the sagebrush steppe ecosystem. And we have not defined that before, but we now understand what's at stake. So Governor Otter and I and the other western governors that are working on sage grouse conservation plan are really working on the preservation of the sagebrush steppe ecosystem. And as we look out there and there's some sagebrush out there, you know, people can look out there and say, there's nothing there. And the reality is, when you talk to the scientists, there is. There are 350 species that depend on that habitat. Game species like mule deer, pronghorn, the greater sage grouse, yes, but also the bald eagle and many other species that call this
Brackett came to me and he said, you know, I think we could have stopped that fire when it was about maybe 500 or 1,000 acres, but we didn't have the right people in the right spot at the right time in order to tell us to go ahead and unload the equipment to start the initial attack. And so a small fire like that turned into a devastating fire. We came up kind of with the initial idea of partnering up with the Bureau of Land Management, with any other agency that we could, and start using those folks that count on that.
But it's really, truly about the partnership with the BLM firefighters and the Idaho Department of Land firefighters. It doesn't work short of that. We've had many instances where, and I can give you a classic example. 2 years ago, we had a night when we had 21 starts from Clover Creek to Richfield in a huge lightning storm, and that's probably about a 50-mile girth. And we had 11 of those within our RFPA. And because of the fact we were able to spread out with our people and the BLM's people and all of our hard assets, and we bring a lot of hard assets to the party as well, we were able to hold all of those, with the largest becoming 4,000 acres. The next 24 hours later, we had a 60-mile-an-hour wind, and every one of those fires held. And I think that's the proof in the pudding right there, is what everybody's talked about here, about catching the fires early.
And it's just been really gratifying to see how much it has brought us closer together, and really brought us closer together with the ranchers that work these lands on a daily basis and our critical partners. So proud to stand with Governor Otter again, and other western governors, and our USDA partners and partners on the ground in the effort, because this is about saving this ecosystem for future generations. You all understand here, and from my old day job at REI, I certainly understand the economic benefits of having wonderful places like this. The Ridges to River trail system that I didn't get a chance to hike on because some of the trails were closed because of the rain, but nonetheless, this is what urban areas need to attract the kind of companies that Boise's been able to attract, because you have wonderful landscapes in your backyard. The natural heritage that really helps define the way of the West, and of course recreation like this that brings so many people into your area and drives economic activity, that is the gift that keeps on giving.